Welcome or welcome back to Creating a Village. Whether you're new or joining us for the first time, I'm your host, Millie, here to nurture the village within you. And these are my friends from high school. We all went to the same high school, and we're gonna, have a little conversation. Okay. But yes, I think that's a really good concept.
But I did have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I graduated last year, so this has been a year since I graduated from college, and it's just been a rough year. So I was interested in hearing how other people are navigating life after graduating college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I graduated. Wait, you graduated 2022, right? Same. Yeah, so I graduated 2022, and so during it, I got no internships. I applied a lot while I was still in college and didn't get any. So once I got out of once I graduated, I had no clue what was next. My dad does landscaping, so I was doing landscaping for a month or so, and then I got this one little internship because I did marketing is my thing because I was just I wanted to be creative, but I was also scared to do a art type degree. So I was like, marketing it is, and so I got a little internship, and it was a direct marketing thing, and I absolutely hated it. I did not want to be there, and I left it after a month because it was just that bad. And then for the next 2 or 3 months, I just did landscaping because same I would apply, get rejected, or wouldn't hear back or anything like that. And now I'm doing State Farm, which I'm gonna be honest, I never wanted to do insurance, but I got the job because one of the people that I worked for just basically said, "Hey, hire this dude. He knows what he's doing." And so I didn't even have to submit a resume. So that was easy. But the thing is it's not easy finding a job or navigating your way outside of college. I feel it's something that they don't prepare us for. No, I feel no. It was definitely weird, not having to think about school anymore, not having to think about homework, and then just kind of getting used to oh, I'm not going to be learning anymore. I'm gonna I have to work now, or I have to do things, and that I feel that sucks, and that's something we're not really prepared for. So yeah, that's my experience. Um, I think Jada.
Yeah, Jada's the other.
Pause. Oh, okay, sorry.
Jada's the other college graduate.
Yeah, Jada.
Yes.
Your college.
Yes, I would like to preface this by saying I'm extremely privileged. So after college, my whole 4 years in college, I did not apply for an internship because I know I didn't want to work a job. But that's because growing up, my dad's been an entrepreneur. He's been in real estate my whole entire life. And he's always like, be an entrepreneur, don't work for anybody. And it makes sense because I understand the freedom of time and not having to answer to people. And so we traveled a lot growing up, and I was like, I do want this life. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. That's probably the hardest thing. Even applying to colleges, I didn't start applying to colleges until my senior year because I didn't really think about it. I knew it was something that I was required to do, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I will say that's how Cristo Rey helped me. The school we went to, they had a work study program. And in my senior year, I interned with Chick-fil-A. And I was like, oh, nonprofit management, that's what I want to do. I didn't end up majoring that, but that's neither here nor there. So after college, I was like, I'm going to go into real estate with my dad. But I will also say this. So everyone is always asking you, oh, what are you doing after college? What are you doing after college? And the reason I went into real estate with my dad was because people kept asking me and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So that was the easiest route that I could say something and people were like, oh, real estate, that's so amazing. But I wasn't doing anything in it actively. But I would just say that's what I was going to do after college. So I worked with my dad for a bit. Well, I was working with my father, but I wasn't. For 2 months, I was not doing anything. And then I started working with him by just helping him out. The lines are just blurred because he's my dad. And so it felt like I was helping out with things, but I wasn't given actual tasks. I don't know. It was a blur. Real estate. I didn't want to do it. And I actually started working in it actively, like helping my dad do flyers and stuff. But I knew that's something I didn't want to do. I didn't major in marketing because I'm not confident in graphic design and all that stuff. I don't like having to come up with a concept for somebody else and deliver it. And so I was doing that. And then one day, well, no, 2 nights in a row, I had nightmares. And I was like, I have to quit working for my dad. So I quit. And then I wasn't doing anything because I didn't have anything else to do. And I reached out to some people in nonprofit because I knew like that's something I was interested in. And that's why it's important to have a village so that you can reach out to people in your time of need.
It's like those YouTubers that pivot into the ad.
Right.
But
Hello. Right.
Yeah, you can feel bad, but you know how I don't feel bad with meal prep.
okay, I'm so sorry. I was talking about things.
Yes, you had nightmares.
Oh, yes, and I quit working for my. Oh, yes, and so I reached out to people, and they were like, "Yeah, I can get you a job, or I can like these are these job positionings that are open," and I started looking into them, and then I didn't want to apply for them because I realized I would have to go into a place to work, and I was so used to being not a bum but living in my room, so. Yeah. And I don't remember how. Oh, and in my senior year, I did an acting class, and then I discovered someone who was looking for a voiceover artist, and then I started pursuing voiceover. I feel like I'm going too in depth. Anyway, after college, you just have to try a bunch of different things and see what you like, and then just research different opportunities in those avenues and learn more about them, because I think that really helped me. Because I pursued voiceover, I got microphones. And then eventually with microphones, I don't remember how I got to podcasts, but I got to podcasts. And now I'm here. So just explore. Go outside. It's good to go outside. Don't stay in your room. Yes.
So much. You asked just like how postgraduate's been generally. I think it sucks really bad. I think that yeah, no curse words. But no, yeah, it just has not been enjoyable. I think that I keep trying to give myself grace because I also like I did an internship or like a what was it, a research assistantship. And I would have done more things, but like we literally were in a pandemic, like people were dying, like my grandma passed away over the pandemic, and it was just like, you still want me to like do this? Like it's taken everything in me to like still be in school in the first place, and now it's like you have to have 6 internships just to get a job after this, and like no, like I don't have it in me to do. And also just the job market is really bad because of that in and of itself. So even if I had done 100 internships, like where would that even get me? Because I could apply to a lot of places now. I mean, hey, maybe it would get me somewhere. I don't know. I don't have the experience. So, I'm being counted out. But it's like, I don't know. Like, is that even going to help? There's all these people who had 10 and 15 years worth of experience who were laid off because of the pandemic, who are also in our same market trying to find the same jobs we're trying to find. And not to say that they're okay with less, but it's just like, maybe they already own a home, like they have a fixed mortgage or whatever. So it's like they only need but so much income every month. And maybe, they bought their home at, back in the day when, yeah, so their mortgage is low in the first place. They don't need but like $3,000 a month to live a reasonable life. But it's just like trying to dig myself out of like my like adolescence has been so hard. And I also feel like, not that I'm in a unique position, but like my parents didn't go to college until I was in high school. My mom didn't finish because she was like actively being my mom and like at work all day, and then like still trying to do school. So it's like she really doesn't know what to tell me, as far as how to be successful out of like college. And then my dad also didn't graduate until I graduated, basically. And by that time, he had already had like an entry level job because he just was an adult. Like, so even though he didn't have the experience necessarily, he had like certain, connections and stuff. And it was just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, nobody knows what to tell me. There's no person who's just like in my family that has a PhD that's just like, oh, well, if you do this pathway, and you get a master's and you do X, Y, and Z, or if you do your bachelor's, but you start doing these type of jobs and this and HR and whatever, then you can make 60,000, 2 years after you graduate. And it's like, I am just like clawing at the air trying to make 40,000, which actually is not a livable wage anymore. So I'm just trying to make 50,000 at somebody's job. Honestly, yeah, like I'm tired of most jobs, and like I look at applications and they're stressful, but it's just like, if you gave me enough money, I would do it. Like, I would just go, like, slavery is gonna be slavery either way. But like, can I at least have a house? Like, oh my God, like they were like at those jobs every day, 8 hours, like losing, the life is being lost in their eyes. But it's just like, they had a house to raise their kids in. They could do a little thing on the grill on the weekends. Like, can we just have what happened to like the bare minimum? Like, y'all are not even trying to trick us into believing this is good anymore. It's just like, you can do whatever, you can have whatever. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, I've been also trying, like Jada said, to get more into creative endeavors, but who knows where that's gonna go. I also, like, everybody says, like, you're not on a timeline, you're on your own timeline, but I am on a timeline personally. Like, at the age of like 30 something, I don't want to be in my parents' house, and I would like to be making a certain amount of money. I personally want to have children, so I want to be doing that by a certain age, or I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm not having kids at 40. That's not in the cards for me. So I need to be set up to where having kids is easy by a certain point. And it's just like, it's not the trials, it's the tribulations. Mm-hmm. But yeah. And seeing anyone else. How's life been?
I'm on the same boat as you, baby girl. Oh my God. I'm on a timeline. I'm on a crunch. I want to like set myself, my future self, for success. Yeah. When like right now, or like before, like even like a year ago, I was set up for complete and utter failure. Like, college dropout, don't have a job, don't have this, don't have that. I have an HR job. Mm. I have it. It's an entry level job. I do make 60K now. But guess how many years of experience I have? Well, in that related, like in that administrative field.
Right, like
9 years.
Right.
I have 9 years.
What, did you start at like a six?
I started
like,
at 14. Exactly. I'm 23. Exactly. They looked at my resume. They saw everything I've done. They've seen every like responsibility I've ever had, every role I've ever fulfilled, and everything, and how much money I've made in every other role. They looked at my credentials. They looked at everything. Yeah. Like, they picked me apart. Like, they read me to filth. And they said, by the grace of God, I guess, 9 years of experience, you just successfully, just barely landed an entry-level job. Congratulations. 9 years of experience, 23 years old. Not everybody's in that same position where they were able to work from 14 to 23 nonstop. Yeah. That's what I was doing, working nonstop. Not everybody has that time. Not everybody wants to do that. They want to pursue hobbies. They want to pursue education.
But it's like, I can imagine at 14 years old, like, yes, a lot of 14-year-olds are driven and like want to make extra money, but there have to be extenuating circumstances for you to be like doing HR type work. It's like, for you to have those nine years at what cost? Like, to be seriously working as a child, like.
I mean, I was fortunate enough. Yeah. I was in a privileged enough position to go to a private high school that the 4 of us went with Jada, that we were granted internships. My dad had a business. He was an intern. Yeah. Okay. My dad also was a small business owner, where I was doing administrative jobs for him because he doesn't speak English. So I was the one writing up those contracts, invoicing everybody, paying his employees.
It's like the exception to like, how else are you getting 9 years?
Yeah. So I was just fortunate enough to be in a position where I was able to work from 14. But if I wasn't, I was only able to work from 17 or 18 and up. My first like actual adult job was being a waitress. How can I go from a waitress to an HR job in that in like what 5 years? Yeah, they would have laughed me out the room.
Right. To have had that much experience of like quote unquote skilled work from an age.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, I want to maintain my job. In order to maintain my job, I have to be performing at 110% all the time, consistently. And it's burned me out so much. Because like you said, the life just drains out of you. You're at that desk. 8 hours a day, 7:30 on the dot, baby girl.
7:30 is ridiculous. But what even is happening at 7:30 that they need you for?
Like, HR processes, baby girl.
Like, did somebody hit their head? Can it not be resolved at 8? Like, are they gonna die immediately? What the hell?
But I like it because, like you said, the life drains out of you at work. But on the weekends, I'm able to spend time with my friends. I'm able to like go out on drives and go shopping. I didn't used to be able to do that. I'm able to like buy myself nice clothes and nice shoes. I didn't used to be able to do that. I'm able to take my parents on trips and pay for vacations. I have health insurance now for the first time. Right? For the first time, I have like a health insurance. I have the full package. Right? And I'm like,
therapy.
Therapy out of pocket, but I got it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just to expect 9 years of experience and tell somebody, hey, you just barely got it. For entry level, you just barely got it. And if we had a more qualified candidate who had 10 years of experience, you wouldn't have gotten this job. Like, that's like a punch in the gut. It's like, well, dang, he had to spit in my face.
Because also, first of all, what do they mean by entry level then? Like, where are we entering from?
Right.
The top? Was I supposed to have jumped down from the ceiling?
Right. And I'm like, dang, entry level? This? Okay. But I don't know. I don't live to work. I work to live now.
Oh, we're doing questions about...
I don't know what we're doing now.
Right.
What animal would I be? I'd say a dog, to be honest with you. I'd be like a Jack Russell.
Okay.
I'd be a Jack Russell.
Right. Any particular reason?
Just would be?
The vibes, mostly.
Okay.
I have a Jack Russell. And when she has her highs, they're really high. And that's me. And when she has her lows, they're really low. Right. And that's also me.
Well, is that like nature or nurture? Would you be a Jack Russell, or is your dog just like that because it's like your family? Like,
she's part of the family for a reason.
Your dog got your depression.
She got my depression and my anxiety.
I would be a cat. I think I just really like cats. I think they're like reserved. They're chill. That's like how I am, and I don't know. Yeah.
You gave cat vibes. Like that.
Cat vibes.
That's right. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Could not imagine you being a different animal.
I think I'd have to go with a leopard. I don't know. They always look so cool, and it's like.
So it's the animal that you want to be, or the animal you think you would be? Well, not to say you're not cool. I'm just saying.
I'm not cool.
I'm just saying.
I inherited you into my group.
I'm just saying though, like, do you think you are, like, if you were an animal, you would be that animal, or you would like to be that animal?
Oh, really? I think I would be that animal.
Okay.
I mean, not just that. I mean, the Aztecs used to wear jaguars, so kind of makes sense.
So culturally,
slick.
How are you gonna claim your culture now?
Does he?
No, I speak Spanish.
Sure?
No.
Okay.
Nah, she's trying to call me a no sabo kid.
Right?
Yeah.
So what exactly are we deciding? Would
you be?
Well, I guess what
want
you
to be.
I'd still be a leopard.
You'd be a chihuahua. Calm down.
Go off.
I don't know. I want to say a fish.
Oh, you give me fish vibes. That's so real. Like,
I don't know which one, but
just
that.
vibing, like.
One of those eccentric fishes, like the really pretty ones.
I feel like a koi fish, like in a pond, like swimming, or maybe like carp. I don't know what that means, but like it seems right.
The carp for bottom feeders.
Salmon then. Salmon, I don't know. I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, other than that, I can't think of an explanation.
Okay.
That's exactly what a fish would say, though. Like,
just
just like no explanation, just fish. Like, that's real.
You'd be a dog too.
Which one?
Oh, like a Labrador one.
Oh, I do give off Labrador Retriever.
No. You
I give off Golden Retriever.
You are not a Golden Retriever.
Labradoodle.
Oh, okay, so then what?
Sickly and smart, yeah.
Oh,
Sickly.
what, like a pug or something?
Ooh.
Are they smart or are they just
Pugs.
sickly?
They just have
I hate
breathing
pugs,
condition,
bro.
man.
Oh, y'all, it's not their fault.
No.
It's all the
It's our fault for
criminals.
wanting them, bro.
No, but they're being bred with a dog, like with another type of
Like
dog.
a healthy to make,
Yeah, with like a longer snout so they can like stop having like.
Yeah, I saw that recently, right?
I don't know, I hate pugs, so.
They hate you.
Good. I don't want a pug.
I think the animal, I think about this question frequently. I think my animal, as a disclaimer, they have a fraught history. No, but it's just like, okay, I think I would be a monkey. And I think that I hate that racism made monkeys like likening yourself to a monkey bad, because like monkeys are really playful and they're really smart and they're really cute. And it's just like, I would be a monkey. Like I would be a cute little monkey. Like,
what type of monkey?
I have a picture of it.
Oh, you
It's
really
my
are
personal,
prepared now.
it's my personal, like, yeah. Well, it's not technically a monkey, but it's a common marmoset. It's cute though.
It is cute. You give that vibe.
And it's really little, like it can like fit in your hand, but it's just like they like jump out of tree. They're like squirrels in Brazil, and it's like this is so sweet. Like
That's
I would
what
be
we
one of
still
these.
ask for, right?
Probably.
Maybe.
Can you show it to the camera close?
Wait, let me see.
Does it show it?
You're gonna have to get a little closer.
Yes? No?
Something like that. Aw, yeah, he's so perfect. I would be that so hard. Yeah, I think, yeah, they're very like quick on their feet and clever.
Sorry.
Hey, we're asking what animal you would be and why. I said I would be a monkey. Well, yes, that's my animal. Thank you.
Okay. I have a question.
They're little thieves too. I think that's so fun of them. They're so sneaky.
So, hi. Thank you all so much for joining us for this episode of Creating a Village. You can stay in for these conversations that we had with our friends, with our friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you learned something today, that it broadened your perspective just a little bit, and that you'll be better off for it. So tune in again. You can follow us on Instagram at CAV_village, VILLAGE, and be sure to go there so that you can submit your own stories or scenarios to share what you've learned throughout your life. Thank you again, and I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous day, night, or time zone for you. Thank you. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye. Okay.